I don't know if you've ever heard of the 5 love languages. This is a concept that, listen, I'm not the kind of person that typically promote like personality tests and take this test and in 5 minutes you'll know everything about your life and fix your life. That's not typically how I work, okay? Having said that, I think a lot of personality tests or tests like this can be helpful in starting to understand something about yourself and taking responsibility for something. So that's how I'm going to promote this video, okay? So there's a book called The 5 Love Languages. You don't have to read it. I'll give you a really quick explanation here. And you can take an online test very quickly and start to understand a little bit more about you. But what I'm going to do here in the video is tell you how to use it to improve your relationships around you. So 5 basic love languages. They are physical touch, words of affirmation, so encouraging, when you feel love when somebody encourages you with words. There's quality time. You feel love when somebody spends time with you. You feel love when somebody does something for you, so acts of service, or when somebody gives you gifts. Okay, so those are the 5. You can review this a number of times if you want to go back and hear those 5, or again, type it into Wikipedia and you'll find out right away. Here's what I want you to pay attention to, is that the way you feel cared for is the way you will typically try to care for others. So if you like getting gifts, you'll give gifts. I have an aunt that loves getting gifts, so she sends gifts to everyone else, and she's so generous. She's giving gifts to everyone else. And you know what? That's not my love language. I don't care when somebody gives me a gift. So like at Christmas time, birthdays, whatever, people give me gifts, and it's not that it doesn't mean anything to me. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's simply it doesn't really hit me in my heart, in my soul. Okay, I don't feel cared for. What I feel cared for is through physical touch. I'm a hugger. I hug everyone. Okay. Secondly, my wife and I, quality time. My kids and I, quality time. When I'm spending time with somebody and we're getting into a deep discussion and I'm hearing their heart on some level, to me, that's perfect. I feel really cared for and loved at those times, all right? So when you identify what you are, and you can identify this either through the test or watch how you do it for other people. Are you trying to give gifts to other people? Are you trying to spend quality time with other people? Are you trying to give encouraging words to people or doing things for people? Whatever it is. Once you know that, you also need to know, and this is what I want you to practice, either with your kids, your parents, or your partner, your intimate partner, spouse, whoever that is, okay? What I want you to do is ask them what their love languages are. Find out what their love languages are. This is how you apply this. When you understand what they care about, so let's say that you love getting gifts, but they love quality time. Do you see how that's going to be a problem? They're giving you quality time because they like quality time, and you don't appreciate quality time. You appreciate gifts. So you're giving them gifts, and they don't appreciate gifts, okay? That's a major problem in communication, because you're both saying, I love you, and neither of you are hearing it. So what I want you to practice, again, with your kids, with your parents, with your family members, brothers, sisters, whoever it is, extended family, friends, close friends, as well as your intimate partners or spouse or whoever that is in your life. What I want you to do is I want you to discover what it is for them and start practicing it. Start maybe once, twice, 3 times a week. You can start off slow, once a week. Be really specific about trying to do that. Ideally, you do something daily. Now, you don't have to make it extravagant. If somebody's love language is gifts, you don't have to buy them season tickets to your local sports team every day. That's not what you need to do. You can do smaller things and people appreciate it, all right? Especially if it's like words of encouragement or touch or something like that. My wife and I, we're both physical touch people. So, I mean, when we kiss each other in the morning, if we don't kiss each other or hug each other or something, just some kind of contact in the morning, we feel off. There's something where like we feel disconnected in some level. That's going to be the way it is. When you learn that about somebody else, you can start practicing and get far better at it. What you're going to start noticing very quickly, and this is easy action steps for this video, what you're going to start noticing very quickly is that somebody starts responding to you in completely different ways. And again, remember that this is not all about sexual intimacy. This is about caring for people around you and feeling cared for yourself. When you communicate to somebody else how you appreciate them interacting with you, you're going to get it more. So be selfish. Tell people what you appreciate and how you feel cared for and loved. And guess what? You will get more of that. And guess what? You will feel better about yourself, about your relationships, and about the world in general. You'll have a better attitude. This will start affecting you in really unique ways. You'll fight less with these people and enjoy their presence far more. Practice this a little bit. Let me know in the comments. Let me know kind of how this works, what you're running to. If you have questions or thoughts or comments about this, again, feel free not to read the book. Feel free to ask me a few questions, and I'm happy to help you out with those, okay? Enjoy this process. Sorry, as soon as I hit stop, I realized something else that I wanted to mention with this video because it's important. We are most frustrated in relationships when we have expectations that are unmet. And that's what's going on when you have a certain way of feeling cared for it and it's not being met. You have expectations for other people. I'm going to tell you a really quick story to make this evident, okay? So there's a story you may have heard of, okay? It's a story that's gone around a lot. There's this older couple, and for 50 years of marriage, they've lived together. And for 50 years, the man has always cut off the heel of the bread and given it to his wife as soon as they get a new loaf. Cuts off the heel. And at the end of the loaf, he always cuts off the heel and gives it to his wife. Okay? And after 50 years, the wife is finally fed up with this and goes, "Why? What have I done wrong?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" Kind of shocked. She says, "You have always given me the heel of the bread. Why don't I matter enough to you to get the better parts of the bread?" And the old man, his face drops and he goes, "For 50 years, I've been giving you my favorite part of the bread. I've been giving you the heel. It's my favorite part of the bread." Listen, they're both trying to love each other in different ways. And if you are loving somebody, caring for somebody in a way that they don't understand, their expectations are different than what you're giving them, then they're going to be disappointed. That's the way humanity works. Communication will solve that. So take some action. Sit down. This is what I would do if it was me. What I would do is sit down with a person that I care about. Or I would put it on social media or something and say, which love language do you respond to most? Or I would ask the person, sit down for coffee. For my wife and I, we always get together on Sunday nights and have a chat about a lot of different things. But we connect at that time, and I'll say, "Hey, what matters to you most here? How does this work for you?" And she'll explain it, and I'll say, "Oh, this is how it works for me." And once we've communicated it, then we're able to love each other in ways that we get. So hopefully that helps and explains a little bit more about what I was talking about.